I'm back to this slide again. Now you are still seeing my screen, right?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, good. So now what I will do, I'll show you first the blog, because it will tell you. Oh, by the way, I just wrote few new things, yeah, on my blog. The one is on digital economy, yeah, the digital economy, the nexus between digital economy, cybersecurity, and data privacy. These are notes because I presented about this last 2 weeks in Intan, Intan Institute Pentadbiran Awam, yeah, Public Administration Institute. Presented it online, of course. So this is the summary of it. And then another one, the use of virtual currencies in terrorist financing. I think I mentioned about this last week. This is what I presented in the symposium hosted in Riyadh, yeah, on the financing issues. These are among the letters, the two letters. Now let me go to this blog, then I'll show you the scope of our discussion. This is where we are, the third one, internet content regulation. So there's this question, what is content regulation? Is content regulation legal and constitutional? Okay, this is interesting, yeah, because many people argue and fight that the government should not regulate the content. Then what are the different approaches of content regulation taken by governments worldwide? This is interesting because this is when I said we should look at other dimensions. We should perhaps consider any options, in achieving our objectives. And the objective here is to either to minimize or to reduce people's access to certain contents which are not desired and not desirable. The content which are not desirable. And then I'll go specifically zooming into the Malaysian scenario, how content is regulated in Malaysia. Is it in line with the no internet censorship policy? By the way, we actually in Malaysia have this policy. This has been used or adopted by our country since the beginning of the multimedia super corridors project, all the cyber law, the legislation back in 1990s. Yeah, the government highlighted and declared that we are having no internet censorship policy in Malaysia. And what laws address illegal content in Malaysia? Okay. Before I show you the slide, then you may want to look at this ebook. Yeah, this ebook was done in 2008, but very work by Ronald Daybert and others. Ronald Daybert is the head of the Citizen Lab in University of Toronto, Canada. An acquaintance of mine, because we did work together in one of the research work. So he had this work, very thorough and comprehensive work. I made that it is in 2008, yeah, 2008. Access denied. So he and the team was actually looking at various issues of content regulation. You will see all the titles here. And then regional overviews. So they are looking at how different countries are doing. Yeah, even Malaysia is here. But remember, this is 2008. At least it is good for the basis of your further research if you have any. Yeah. Yeah. We have a few of your countries here. Okay, Indonesia is not there. Bangladesh is not there. Nigeria is not there. This is only a few examples. I think they have, So and Tanzania is not there. Okay, never mind. So it is your part actually to do your work. Okay, I'm just showing you. You may want to have a look at this. For example, in each country, they're showing you, yeah, internet in Myanmar, in Burma, Okay, very interesting. Now let me go back to this. Okay, our friend, our lecturer, Dr. Mahyudin Daud, yeah, He finished his PhD about 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, and his PhD is about just about this topic, yeah, internet content regulation. Okay, so if you are interested to on this area, especially on Malaysian context, this is his book. Okay, internet content regulation, 85 ringgit. Yeah, maybe you want to email him if he has any special offer for our students. Then Professor Idamadia and myself, so we wrote few things. So just to give you an example. Okay, let me now get back to my slide. Are you still there?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, Prof.
Yes,
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 Prof.
Prof.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Internet content regulation, the issues, challenges, and then the way forward. Cyberspace. We cannot avoid from having so much content, including the problematic content, because after all this is an open platform. You cannot have, you know, uh, this is the two sides of the coins. You have one, then you have the other. You know, you have the bounty of the internet. At the same time, there is this other side of the internet that tells you so much in the internet content, which is very undesirable. But of course, this is to show you how much the data is being developed in the internet, and some of them may be very undesirable content, or maybe it's you know defamatory in nature, or maybe adult content, yeah, very undesirable, very unacceptable in some place, but okay for others. So we have all this, yeah. Then yeah, I was also highlighting here, this is what we call as the intended and unintended effect of the internet. You know, you have the internet, you allow people to write, you allow people to publish everything very easily, just as easy as touching the screen. You can share things that you want, yeah. The platform has been made so open and so easy and friendly for users to just publish everything. That is the unintended effect of the internet, and we can't really do away with it, because we are taking all, yeah. This is what Tun Mahathir was saying. The internet has played a major role in undermining public morality. I think when he was writing this, he was so frustrated. You know what happened? Actually, back in the 90s, of course, Dr. Mahathir, Tun Mahathir was the one who promoted the internet in Malaysia and who introduced the internet to Malaysians, as well as making it as a brand, you know, to people outside Malaysia, that you should come to Malaysia. We do not censor the internet. Yeah, he was the one. He was the one who actually started with this policy of no censorship. But he mentioned this after he resigned from his first premiership, um, and he wrote something which I quoted from his website, showing that he was quite frustrated to find that there are a lot of bad things, immoral things, yeah, in the internet. He mentioned that himself. Yeah, the internet played a major role in undermining public morality. Our children are not safe from the kind of filth that the print and electronic media promote. Today, any child can access pornography of the worst kind. Not only pornography, but pornography of the worst kind. Yeah, children are no longer safe from sexual assault, even from people who are close to them. Yeah, children. So are young girls and boys, as the internet arouses the kind of base feelings that we curbed before, which is incest, child sex, sex, you name it. All the wrongs, all the wrongs that we ever know can be found in the internet, which is true. Yeah. We still feel wrong, and will soon be part of the expression of freedom and equality. That is a problem, you know, when we start to say that all these wrongs are considered acceptable. That is basically, it's already too much. Yeah. All this will be promoted on the internet. This is of course a very frustration mode of Tun Mahathir. Of course, we do not deny whatever he has done, good things to the internet, to Malaysia. But now he realized also the internet come up with this kind of uh, other side of it. Yeah. So we call this, of course, the unintended effect of the internet. Even the judge Rosilah Hiob, yeah, in the case of Datuk Sri Anwar versus Wan Muhammad Azri Wanderis, This is involving one blogger. Do you know is this? What is the name of the blogger involved? Anyone knows? Remember?
Papagomo.
Papagomo?
Yeah, of course. Yes. Correct, correct. Papa Gomo and AKA one Muhammad Azri Wanderis. Of course, throughout the case, he was denying that he was Papa Gomo, but then all the circumstantial evidences, uh, uh, pointed out that he was the one behind the website. This website posted a lot of defamatory materials to Datu Sri Anwar Ibrahim at that time, and he was taking the case under the defamation. But yeah, of course, that in that case, Datu Sri Anwar won the case. But I'm picking what the court was saying. It is not disputed that defamatory statements were published on the internet and sensationalized and widely circulated. That makes it worse. Yeah, and finally accessed throughout Malaysia and the world. Yeah, and furthermore, it was accessible and circulated throughout the world. The defendant has abused the usage of the internet. So the court was very firm in this case and saying that this is the type of abuse that we really don't want to happen, by circulating the defamatory materials. Another observation from the court. In this day and age of the internet, where with free flow of information from cyberspace, young people are exposed to things which the older generation could not have imagined. Isn't it? Yeah, we never imagined that. Even me as a child, I mean, at that time, these 90s children during 90s and 80s, we never had access to those kind of things which are so easily and freely available on the internet today to kids of 5 years and 10 years of age. It is really, really tremendous things to say that very extraordinary situations. Yeah, this is exactly what the court was saying. The value of society. I read the red color. Yeah, the value of society changes each year passes by, and because of such change, it of course has made the job of court much more difficult, especially on such issues. Yeah, because I don't quite take it literally when the court say the value of society changes. Actually, to some extent, it never changes, isn't it? I mean, we say that adult materials is adult material, it is porn, it is obscene, it is indecent, it's not supposed to be shown to public. I mean, our children should never have a look on it. I mean, this value never change. Yeah, maybe this is what the court was actually trying to say, but he wanted to say that, look, the fact and the reality makes it changing, makes that there are many ways that things may be posed to different ways. Yeah, but the court finally said the job of the court is very difficult because all the time you will find these situations. This is in the case of public prosecutor versus Zainuddin bin Adam. For those of you, if you're not familiar with all these cases, you can go to library database. There is this database called Lexis Malaysia or Lexis Academic. I forgot. Maybe Lexis Academic, yeah. Then under Lexis Academic, you can get all the reports of the decided cases, especially if you are not familiar with the common law system, or you are new as a student, MCL student, and you never did a LLB in UIA. So I need to inform you this. Yeah, we have all this database, all these cases reported in the database, and you can go to the library website. Yeah, but you need some, I think, access in order to get it. You need to find out how you can access some of those database, because this database really not cheap. So I rather say, especially you guys are doing your masters, while you are still having the access to it, try to get as much as this data information and articles. People out there who are not having access to this database, they are dreaming to get it. So you better have it and keep it in your own drives. And on whatever topic you can get. You can get even the latest articles written in Harvard. Yeah, the latest article of law written in Harvard when it is published in any of their journals. So I mean, I'm saying lots of information available, and they are on database, not accessible on Google. You can only access the title only, but not the content on Google. Yeah. All right. Let me now go to online content. Okay. Of course, when we talk about content, we are still talking about the same content in any other media, yeah. But now we are talking about new media, yeah. So this is it. Old wine in the new bottle. We're still talking about content as it is. We're talking about the value of the type of communications, the defamation, the obscenity, and so on. Still the same thing as what happened in other media in the past. But now we are looking at it from different media. Of course, we used to read newspaper in the past. There were some objectionable content inside the newspaper. Now we are talking about same thing in the internet. So no big deal of that. So internet content regulation is when many governments, yeah, in order to affect those legal limitations, many governments have sought to address the problems posed by materials on the internet which are illegal under their offline laws. Yeah, illegal. How do you know it's illegal? You go back to any laws that we have: criminal law, data protection law, cybercrime law, sedition law, whatsoever. They will tell you certain things are not supposed to be published. For example, something to do with treason, and in security law or in um, sedition law. Sedition law, says that if you publish something which is seditious, which may amount to um, public disorder, then it shall never be allowed, regardless of the media. Yeah. So this is it says. So sometimes you see the content which is objectionable may include political speeches, but not so much in Malaysia. Yeah, I think Malaysia is quite open. Yeah, though it is not very open, but it is quite open to actually say something against the establishments, yeah, against the government of the day. I think so. That's what I think and I believe. Yeah, but in practice, maybe we see some anomaly here and there. Then speech promoting or inciting racial hatred. This one is a big no-no in Malaysia, yeah, or in some other countries who already have the same problem like Malaysia, of not problem, we say about challenges, yeah, of having a mixed, racially mixed society. Yeah, that is always situation or things and to be avoided first. Yeah. Then pornographic materials, but people, of course, different countries have some different limitations, especially you're talking about liberal countries of the West may see pornographic material as a form of freedom of expression rather than moral issues. Um, this is things that we have to take into account when looking at this issue. Different values, because of the different values and so on. Yeah. um, except if we are talking about child pornography, I think every jurisdiction and country has the same issue against them. Or hate against race and religion. Yeah, the first one was about racial hatred among society, but now hate against race and religion. If you remember, now still it's very hot in Europe. The people are demonstrating or protesting against the depicting of uh, Prophet Muhammad's cartoon in the media. Of course, these people say it was a freedom of expression, and it is not a targeted ridiculing. It is not a targeted defamation. Therefore, they would allow that. Of course, for Muslim society, it is a big issue. Yeah. Anyway, so these are among the few things. May I get some example from your readings? Who was reading? Okay. Those who read in certain countries. What are the kind of the yeah? Who is reading on Malaysia? Who is
Imran,
reading?
Imran.
Imran. Okay, Imran. What
Bro.
is your finding? What kind of speeches being restricted in Malaysia based on your finding?
Mm, about the is it about the content, Prof?
Yes, about the content. You have your news story with you?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, can you tell us? Okay, what is it? Maybe from the title we can hear.
So actually, my news story is about the uh, about a research done, and they are saying that Malaysia ranked among the worst in the world for internet freedoms.
Wow, interesting. How is that? How bad is that?
And this actually, wait for a moment.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, this is from Malaysia Kini, and
Mm.
this news was highlighted, was taken from an article on a
Mm-hmm.
global map of internet restriction, which was authored by Paul Bischoff. It was from UK, and
Okay.
and they give a censorship or a score of 6 out of 10 for Malaysia.
6 out of 10, and
Uh,
that is ranking number.
ranking if we is it for our country, bro?
Yes, yes.
If in the nation, in the whole world, we are ranking 101.
101. Yeah,
101, yes, bro.
not very nice one. Yeah. Does
And
it mention? Does it mention what kind of specific contents being like too much being restricted?
yeah, yes, bro. Actually,
Mm.
they give the point of 6 out of 10, based on the content of, first of all, in Malaysia they are restricting and banning the pornography sites.
Oh, it is bad for them. Yeah, for the
I
report.
Yes, it's bad for them. And second, basically in Malaysia we restricting on the social media as well as the political reporting.
Oh, really? Political reporting. Do we have problem with political reporting in Malaysia? What do you think?
For me, I believe that if it's about political scandal, just like it happened in our previous prime minister, which has been connected with 1MDB,
Mm-hmm.
and I've made a research that there are some of the websites that highlight on this case of 1MDB has been blocked by the government, by the MCMC.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Prof.
Why is it blocked?
For example, the
Because
Sarawak
it's too
report.
critical or what?
And but their justification is they're saying that it is for the national justice. It's saying that for the interest of the country.
Oh, okay. So you are referring to this Sarawak report, is it? Sarawak something.
Yes, Prof. Sarawak report.
Sarawak report. Okay. Of course, Sarawak report happens. The Sarawak report. If you look at it from the context or from the perspective that Sarawak report was among the first who reported, yeah, the scandal, isn't it?
Yes, Prof.
When nobody else was actually uh, dare to go and speak about it, isn't it? Yes,
Yes, Prof.
Sundar, I can see you nodding, agreeing on that.
Yes, Prof. Because they started with the Taib Mahmud, the CM of Sarawak first. So the corruption started
Mm-hmm.
from there, and it built up until to the 1MDB. So they have the
Yeah,
access, the information, and I believe that information was fed up by somebody else, lah. So they
yeah,
just
yeah. Okay,
medium. That's all.
but let's say we assume, of course, there is already a court decision on that, saying that this was the scandal was proven to be true.
Yes, Prof.
I mean, on that basis, of course, we owe so much to these people who have reported this, even though in the beginning they were, faced by a lot of, action and, isn't it? No, and we see now everyone speak about it on mainstream media. But so if we consider that, I think Malaysia has improved then. Yeah,
Yes,
we
Prof.
we used to block that. That is interesting to know. Thank you, Imran, for sharing about it.
All right, Prof.
What about okay, I'd like to know Thailand. Surani, are you there?
Sir, I'm here.
From your finding, what kind of content has been blocked in Thailand or has been prohibited?
Okay, because of Thailand's like political unrest since decades.
Mm.
Firstly, before coup d'etat, I think
Good data, yeah.
military taking over the government in September 2006. There were like content regulations on pornographic contents. Most of the
Mhm.
websites on porn were blogs.
Mhm.
Prior to
Okay.
2006, there were like 34,000 or more websites were blocked on porn. But
Mm.
coup d'etat, the military taking over the government after 2006, like there was like more than 100,000 websites on Le Majesté.
Le Majesty. What is Le Majesty?
Le Majesty, the doing wrong against the majesty or offense against dignity of the government or state. So
Mm-hmm.
there were like more than 100,000 websites were blocked, and some people or FB users or social media have been taken into imprisonment. So it is like Thailand is the sixth country being recorded as the sixth harshest country being regulated, like restricted the internet after North Korea, China, and etc. So
Wow, that is good to know.
yes, actually, I found out that Malaysia is the sixth country among the six of the 17th country on the sixth place on the internet regulations,
Malaysia number 6.
together with Thailand, Cuba,
Ah,
Indonesia, Vietnam, and also Saudi Arabia. Okay.
wow, okay.
So after the replacement of the King Bhumipol Adulyadej,
Mm-hmm.
the king replaced by his son named King Mahavajiralongkorn. Okay. Now the king is like it said allegedly said that he is a womanizer. Okay,
Mm.
and he spent extravagantly, and then he's like wearing a skimpy crop top and fake tattoos. And then he's like a womanizer. He's having four countless mistresses. So those are accusations and then allegations against the monarchy. And then after he's taken over the government in 2017, in not the government in 2017. So there were many websites blocked, mostly on the limited causes reasons. So
Mhm.
over 100,000 websites and the social medias users have been allegedly like being questioned by the police officers and the cybersecurity laws authorities. Okay.
All
So
right. Maybe we can stop there for you for now. It
yes.
is very interesting. This is what I thought that you will be speaking about more than anything else. Thailand has been very known, very popular on this lese majeste's law from time immemorial, even long time before the internet. If, for example, any foreign-based journalist wrote about certain people in a foreign magazine, Times, like anything else, you know. So when he landed on Thailand, he would be arrested, no matter what he wrote sometime ago, somewhere, you know. But it was all recorded by the government, and therefore they would be imprisoned. And the situation is worse with the internet, and the government has been using the lese majeste's law uh, on the content in the internet. And thank you for highlighting that. And that has been something which really defines Thailand in the context of content regulations. There is actually a latest development in Thailand that they are getting firm on pornography materials. Only this is very recently highlighted, I think last week, even though they already had the law quite some time, But you know, in Thailand, this sex tourism seems to be very leading, and something um, which is the what people go to Thailand for, you know, from all over the world, and you can see how things happening there. But recently, the government wanted to restrict further on pornography, so a lot of people were not happy with that. So this is among the latest development in Thailand. Okay, I will stop with Thailand for now and get back to the slide. Yeah, it is interesting. See that different regulation around the countries. And now let me go to this slide again. Uh, yeah, here we are. So different countries will have different set of content. Now, internet content regulations refers to any type of legislation or measures, actually, not only legislation, but policies by governments that are directed at two things. Number one, censoring information and communications on the internet based on its subject matter. Censoring, yeah, and that's why the issue of internet censorship over here. Then second, controlling, or attempting to control access to internet sites based on the subject matter. So maybe it's not censoring, because the word censor normally shows that you are from the very beginning blocking the access. Yeah, that is a censorship. That is normally what censorship means, and what is understood as censorship. But like this, and I think like Malaysia to many extent, yeah, Malaysia has been allowing lots of content. We do not really censor from the very beginning. Unlike China, for example, and someone needs to tell me about China, Sundar, where censorship is very, very strong from the very beginning. But some countries will allow it. However, they will take some actions. Either they will restrict, or they will specifically act on the basis of report. Yeah, that's, for example, what Malaysia is doing. And some countries, they allow, but they do some measures in order to not allow people to go, which is not very easy actually to do that. So I'll get back to the countries later. Let me just proceed from here. Okay, interestingly, I highlighted here different approaches, that had been taken by governments. Yeah, this is not everything. Yeah, I mean, this is based on what has been developed, all this while. It does not rule out any other innovation, taken by government to do their control, over the objectionable contents in the internet. Okay, so we see among the different approaches, number one, adopting policy to encourage industry self-regulation and end user voluntary use of filtering or blocking technologies. So in this one, the government does not seem to be very proactive by going first and then restricting here and prohibiting that and so on. No, what they did was they encourage this self-regulation coming from the industry. Yeah, government doing that because maybe it is the philosophy of certain governments that they don't really want to meddle so much with this kind of situation. They don't want to be seen as restrictive. They don't want to be seen as applying censorship. So what they did, they informed industries you should do self-regulation. Self-regulation means these ISPs, who else? Yeah, ISPs, or maybe the association of the uh, content owners and so on. We have lots of people in the industry who deal with the players, internet business players. They should have some policy among their members to self-regulate themselves so as not to allow certain types of objectionable contents. Yeah, and also encouraging end users, including individuals, families, organizations, for example, UIA as end user, or certain companies or workplace as end users, to undertake their own way, yeah, to do filtering and blocking technologies. Yeah. So this is actually happening in many parts of the world, because they don't want to take the responsibility only by the government, but also must be shared by the society as well as the industry. So I think this is the good way to do it. But of course, when we say this is good, doesn't mean that you don't do the other approach. Yeah. So this is one of the approaches that can be used in controlling the content. Second, governments also impose, enact, legislate, and impose criminal law penalties, yeah, against content providers, or those, either someone who provide or anyone who may access. Yeah, depends. Yeah, actually, if accessing, it's not very easy, because every people access it, either intentionally or not intentionally. But more importantly is to regulate those who provide the content. Yeah, therefore governments impose certain criminal law penalties to those who provide it. So if you happen to post something on your Twitter, on your Instagram, which is objectionable, then you may have to face some criminal offenses, criminal sanctions. I think this is also happening in Malaysia, right? In many ways. Yeah. The third one, government mandated blocking of access to content deemed unsuitable. So this is from the very beginning, the government do censorship, yeah, blocking of certain types of access. How can they do that? They can always start from the very beginning. When they get this national access of the internet, they may impose something on this. If it is done by the industry, for example, network providers, mobile provider, internet service provider, yeah, like telecom, like DG, whatsoever. So the government may have some rules of licensing. You know, you want to get my license to be ISP in Malaysia, then you have to follow this rule 1, 2, 3, 4, among others, to block certain access, or you are ready to block certain access anytime when we inform you to do that. So this is also may happen, yeah, in some countries, and it may also happen in Malaysia once in a while. uh, but some countries are very strong in this. They are very strong in the very beginning. They block whatever objectionable website they ever heard, then they will put it in the list of, they call it something like blacklisted, websites. So some countries do that. Of course, it's not very easy, because it requires people and men, to do that all the time, because this is all the time job. It's not like you stop now, work hour, and then proceed next morning. No, this kind of things is over all the times. Yeah. Then last among the approach taken is the government provision of public access to the internet. Of course, this is very rare. In certain place, maybe public and members of public cannot access to the internet. But don't be surprised, in China, some of these things, or maybe all of these things, happen, that even public access is very, very difficult. Yeah. Sundar, you may want to share about China.
Yes, Prof. I do have a slides to share, bro.
Oh, slides. Yeah. Okay. Actually, we don't want to take too much time, but
Yeah, yeah.
but do you have it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we allow you, since we didn't see your presentation in the past. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
okay. Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Wait, Prof.
All right.
Okay.
It is coming out, but not yet. Okay, now you need to press your slide.
I'll go with Prof. Wait, Prof.
No problem. Take your time.
It's not coming out.
Okay. You're already in the right place now. Try to check where is your PowerPoint.
Okay.
No, not yet, not yet. Have you opened your PowerPoint before? Your slide before?
Yes, I did, Prof.
So it must be somewhere there because you already shared now.
Yes.
Okay, we are looking at it now. It will be interesting because China has been touted as one of the strictest. We want to see what they did.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
No
Okay,
worries.
there. Okay.
Okay, China on internet. Okay.
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 I got it from the news, online news that is called The Interpreter. So it's happened to be that on the 2nd of November, they wrote this article, Prof. It's about the digital authoritarianism, China, and COVID. So it was done on the 2nd November. Okay, it started, Prof, on the case of COVID. So where Dr. Wei Dr. Ifen, was arrested because she is the first who, produced the evidence of COVID-19. And
Right.
actually, she shared this information to fellow colleagues, and that other doctors, share with all the other peoples. So the authority, the China police have arrested Dr. Ifen and charged her for these unintended, sharing of information. This is considered as a public interest. So we go to the first information. China has considered as a control and censorship king. So I should say they are the one who create the Great Firewall since 2000, Prof. China
Right.
sealed all of the internet access to Chinese from the rest of the world. So they wanted to achieve vision of cyber sovereignty. So this is China's intention actually. See, what happened to China internet is that they close almost everything outside from outside world. So they don't have Google, they don't have YouTube, they don't have own website. They don't have any element of democracy and any other Western ideology. So basically, they have this they call Weibo, so which is similar to Google. So in China, they have a law which is criminalized the act of intrudes into the computer system or delete and alter or add any information in computer. So it is under the criminal law of the People's Republic of China, under the Article 285, 286, and 287. So people can be penalized because of their act against the policy. The second is,
Right.
which is under the China control now. They have this telecommunication ordinance under Section 27A and Section 161, which similar to the Article 285, 286, and 287. And recently, year 2017, China have come up with a new law, which is considered as a cyber security law of the People's Republic of China. Sanction action taken. China have taken a drastic, almost what Prof said just now, every single steps, such as cyberspace administration of China, took all the necessary things from the software until the hardware. So they have created a great firewall, so which is a mechanism to block IP, which is not suitable for the people. And they created a deep packet inspection, so to filter network traffic. And they come up with the keyword filtering, Prof. So, and banning use of VPNs, and they create human and artificial sensor to filter and remove prohibited content, and various monitoring tools to aid censorship and surveillance. And they until they came up with the Skynet, Prof. So this Skynet is actually to surveillance people around, and they have nearly 20 millions of CCTV cameras and everything. So this is how they try to control the internet, providing to the public. So the relevance of these content they are trying to do is that exporting digital authoritarianisms to abroad. So like Cambodia, Pakistan, Hungary, and Siberia is now like praising China because they are coming into their country with this digital authoritarianism policy, and they bring technology and export it to the by using Belt and Road Initiative. How they do it? They try to contact with all these countries involved in this project of Belt and Road Initiative, and they produce a new kind of technology which is supporting this digital authoritarianism. And artificial intelligence is now being used in a Huawei Safe City. Here, they try to create a confined area where they can control the city itself. So all the technologies is under the China supervision. So 80 countries involved, Latin America, Africa, and China. And implication is this for democracy. So this is what we come to know. And now China pandemic response, expansion of its digital authorism. What's happened now is that COVID-19 give them some kind of an extent to open up their arms for the rest of the country to accept their technology, whereby they can control this country. This is what been emphasized in this so that's all, Prof.
Wow, okay, that's amazing. A lot of information what China had done, and you did it so well in summarizing those things. Thank you.
Yes.
We see how much China is so eager to control that content in the internet, and they did like everything. You know, they started with blocking the access, and then they imposed keyword filtering using the AI. Not only they use people, they also use people. You know, they actually you have people manning all the time, but at the same time they are using AI. After all, they have the technology as well. And that was very furious, especially Donald Trump lah. The we are partly happy to see the change of the leadership, but then he was so firm on this against China and the issue of TikTok, for example, TikTok and WeChat, because he was of course from the perspective of America, they argued that China has been trying to get as much data as possible from the users of their technologies for the purpose of espionage, for the purpose of China's government, which of course it has not been substantiated, but something about intelligence, and I'm not surprised if it is, of course, if it is true. But let me tell you my experience when I was in Beijing, because we have heard about this from long time. But when I was in Beijing, I went to Beijing 2 times, in year 2013 and 2016. So the first time I went to Beijing, then I know this was just a good time for me to try their internet. And of course, to my disappointment from the very beginning, disappointment as well as happy to note it is true. And disappointment because I could not use all those platforms that Sundar was mentioning. I could not use YouTube, I could not use Facebook, I could not use many others, including Twitter, and Google is very much restricted. You know, I tried to put keywords such as democracy. I mean, there is zero results. Can you imagine democracy? You search democracy as a keyword in Google search, zero result. Then human rights, zero result. That is from my own experience. Then try to put Tiananmen Square. Tiananmen is the place where a big demonstration happens against the government in 1980s. Zero result. Can you imagine that? Tiananmen Square is like Dataran Merdeka in Malaysia. So can you imagine someone write Dataran Merdeka and it is zero result in Google, as if it doesn't exist. But the place, of course, does exist. We can go there and we can see everything. But this is how they really put the keyword filtering, and that is tremendous. That what they had done is tremendous. And not less than that, they also impose criminal sanctions at the same time. So they are doing almost everything in China. Let me now show you what happens also in China. They also have specific way of we can check websites in China, which is uh, okay. I did stop here. Now, can you see my slide?
Yes, Prof. Yes.
Thank you. So we mentioned this one. Then okay, this is very important 4 points. Yeah. So please remember about these 4 points. How people, how governments do differently. Now I want to show you this one. There is this website in the past. I don't know if it's still there, but you can always check. You can test any website whether or not it is blocked in China. Yeah. So for example, I went to this website and then I put this keyword. Actually, you can put this keyword www.facebook.com, and then you can test, and then you see in Beijing it is blocked, Shenzhen blocked, in Mongolia blocked, everywhere it is blocked. Yeah, actually people still use Facebook. Very few people still use Facebook, but they use what they call as VPN or proxies. Yeah, and that is interestingly, some people are actually offering or promoting VPNs in order to bypass all this blockage. That is quite known. I mean, it's like secretly known that you can do this. I don't know how much they actually enforce against this. But something we can learn, a lesson we can learn from China is that even though they block Facebook, they block YouTube, they block Twitter, but they do have alternatives. They actually have alternatives from their own products and services. That's why they have WeChat, they have uh, a lot of others. I forgot those names. The Facebook China version, and then the Twitter of China version. So they actually provide alternatives to their people. This is something we should learn and we should appreciate. You want to restrict people, but you do not provide alternative. That is a problem. At the end, people would still try to get it. So in China, maybe people are not interested to go to Facebook after it is blocked, because they have, the alternative. They have all other very popular internet platforms, social media, and so on. Yeah, that is something we should learn, and we should know. So when you regulate on something, you should know the consequences. Yeah, and among others is by providing alternatives. You get the industry and technologists, to help you. That is from China. Also, an example from Indonesia, Fadzlan. This is how Indonesia did. Yeah, they actually come up with, of course, from time to time, they will block certain website and they come up with this notice. So they will show you, the law. They will show you, say, something. So this is based on reports. If people reported certain websites of obscene and so on, so it will be blocked by the country. So this is what happened in Indonesia. Sorry, access to this site is blocked in relation to the Ministry of Communication regulation on safe internet. Thank you for understanding. But how people can bypass? They can do that by way of proxies and so on. So if you remember what we talk about under the internet infrastructure, then you will realize it is possible to get people to these proxies. Fadlan, are you there? If you're there, you want to hear what Indonesia has done.
Sorry, Prof. My some problem, my connection.
Oh yeah, are you ready to share with us what any incident in Indonesia about content regulation?
Okay, bro.
Just you don't have to show any slide. Just
I
speak up.
will tell you. Yeah, I will show you my slide.
Okay. Is your slide? How many slides you have?
10, bro.
10. Maybe we put it later. But may I just ask you from you? Yeah, let me ask Fadlan. Uh, from your
Yeah.
story, from your materials, what kind of restriction has been done by Indonesian government? Yeah,
Sorry, bro.
what kind of content has been restricted in Indonesia based on your finding?
Okay, bro. I find the Indonesian government so many block the side of the
I
pornography, bro.
see.
For example, from the Minister of Communication and Information of Indonesia, Surudiantara,
Okay.
said has blocked the 800,000 site from the 2010 until 2017.
Okay. In 7 years, 800,000 websites had been blocked. They are all about pornography websites, or is there any other thing inside?
Yes, just for pornography.
Okay.
And
Uh, okay.
some website the regarding to uh, terrorism. Terrorism also
Terrorism.
has uh,
Okay.
terrorism,
Okay.
pornography,
What else?
but the most popular issue today is about the hate speech in the internet.
It's speech. Oh, good, good. Okay.
In social
Right. It's
media,
highlighted among those very prominent, yeah, incidents. Yeah. Anything else?
uh, then I have see the recent cases, the recent case pornography scandal, video scandal about the Giselle.
Okay.
Giselle.
Giselle is
This is
one celebrity
uh,
singer, yeah, singer, yeah.
Giselle.
Right. Okay. So this fall under pornography as well, right?
This is referred to the pornography law.
Okay. Okay. I think we will suffice for that for Indonesia for now. We get a new point here that Indonesia is very much concerned with the content of pornography, which is shared by many countries, of course, and also hate speech, or racism, like defamatory, as well as terrorism materials. Very interesting. I think many countries are also strong on terrorism materials. So, so these I believe are also subject matter of criminal law sanctions in Indonesia, which had been implemented in Indonesia. Arif Adlan, thank you for sharing this. Very beautiful. I'm not too sure if you can, if you will have time to show the slide for today, but like what Sundar was just doing, you can actually share your slide to the group. Yeah, I will appreciate that.
Okay, bro, welcome.
Okay, brothers and sisters, we will proceed after a break. Yeah, this is Maghrib time. Let's take maybe less than 30, like 20 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes. We try to move faster, but I think this time we will not stay long after that. Yeah, but we will see how much we cover. But of course, today we will finish this, and we'll do a new topic for next week, inshallah. So for now, we take a break. Yeah, we try for 15 minutes if possible from now, and we'll get back to you. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Prof.
Okay, bro.
Thank you.
Okay,
All
thank
right,
you,
thank
Prof.
you.
Thank you, Prof.
Assalamualaikum.